So, welcome to another episode of How Hard Can It Be? In this episode, I'm actually going to be tackling one of my most requested challenges, which is the Swordless challenge for the original Zelda on the NES. Basically, for those that don't know what the Swordless challenge is, you run through the game, but you just don't go see the old man to get the sword. You don't go get the white sword, you don't go get the magic sword, you just run through the game. The other way of doing this is actually to get the sword, but you just don't use it. Most of the Zelda competitions I've been in, that's what they do, is they actually don't have you get the sword. That way they don't have to keep watching you to see if you've used it. But when I'm just doing it by myself, that's what I do, is actually get the sword. That way I can beat the game. Because without the sword and without the silver arrow, you cannot beat Ganon. You basically get into the room and the game's over. So in this video where I show Dungeon 9 of the Swordless run, I actually went and got the magic sword right before I entered the dungeon, and I just don't use it. I actually find this harder because you see it up there in the upper portion of the screen, but you know you shouldn't use it until you get to Ganon. So I actually had recorded a previous run a little while ago, but I showed it to someone and they said, you know, I've seen you do the Swordless run, why don't you take it up another notch and try to do it without getting hit. So that's what I did in Dungeon 9. I actually went through the whole dungeon, not only without the sword, but not taking a single hit. So you might notice in this run, my favorite weapon is the magic rod. So I use the magic rod quite a bit, but not the beams it shoots out. I actually will use the rod itself. The rod actually does white sword level damage. So, and it's actually the only way to beat Patra in Dungeon 9. So that is going to be your best weapon in this game when you're tackling this sword, is the magic rod. The second one is bombs, especially against Dark Nuts. But use them sparingly. Try to wander around the room and get them in one area, then drop a bomb. And then your third major thing is going to be avoidance. If you don't have to fight anyone, don't. Just go through the room as fast as you can. So, magic rod, bombs, and run away.
Run away! Run away! Run away!
Those are your three things. So, here is the Swordless challenge for Zelda on the NES Second Quest of Dungeon 9. Hope you like it. So that was the Legend of Zelda Swordless Challenge for the second quest on Dungeon 9. Hope you liked it. You may notice I didn't get the red ring. It's not needed, but I did get the silver arrow. It's actually an arrow that Texas Cat and I made when she first studied archery. It's real easy to create. You just go get an arrow, use some metallic blue car paint, actually is what I used. And then on my feathers I actually did paint a little Triforce symbol. So fun little project for any Zelda fan, because this is the weapon that the Legend of Zelda on the NES is known for. It's a silver arrow. So hope you liked it. If you have any other challenges you want to see, because I know every game has a challenge. Castlevania, Metroid, Mario, Mega Man. There's even more Zelda challenges. Just post it in the comments, put it on our Facebook page, and we'll take a look, and whichever one gets the most votes, or whichever challenge really looks interesting, we will definitely video them. As you can see, Texas Cat didn't take part in this one because this one's a little bit trickier, and it's more of a, not how hard can it be, but it's a how hard can I make the game. There actually is other runs that are harder than this, because there's even the Swordless Challenge 3 Heart, which, yes, I didn't take a hit, but I know I have those hearts there. The 3 Heart run, you're a little more concerned because you know you only have, in some cases, 2 hits, because some enemies take a fair amount of damage from you. So I hope you liked it. Leave a comment, please subscribe, please like the video, and we will see you next time.